I'm Matt with eTrailer, and today we're talking about the eTrailer adjustable 2-ball mount on the back of our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Now this will be a great option if you find yourself hauling a decent amount of trailers, whether it's a utility, horse, or even a boat sometimes. So let's check it out. This is going to have this housing, which is going to allow this to adjust for whatever rise or drop you need. Now if I remove these pins and clips, this is going to give me a maximum drop of 6 inches. I just got to make sure I line it up with these holes and secure it back down. If I want to get that rise, I'm going to flip this around. And the way we do that is by just making sure everything's secured down, coming over to this pin and clip that's in your hitch receiver, and actually lifting the whole thing out and flipping it around. And now we're going to have a maximum rise of 6 inches. And it's important to try to line this up with your trailer, because whenever you are hauling something, you want to make sure everything's level, because if it's not level, it's going to give you an uneven load, or it's not going to make for as smooth of hauling. The one on top is going to be our 2 5/16 inch ball, and it's going to have a towing capacity of up to 10,000 pounds. That's going to make its tongue capacity 1,000 pounds. If I flip this around though, that's going to drop, and that's going to be 7,500 pounds for our towing capacity and 750 pounds for our tongue weight. And this is going to be on our 2-inch ball. And what all that means is it's giving you the specs of how much you can haul. So that tongue weight is going to be the downwards force being applied to the ball itself. And that towing capacity is going to be what's in your trailer, what's being pulled behind your vehicle. We're going to get a few measurements. And the first one I'm going to get is going to be our ground clearance. And that's going to be from the bottom of our ball to where the ground is. Now today we do have the Mojave version of the Jeep Gladiator, and that's going to sit up a little bit higher than some other versions because we got more rugged tires on here. And that's going to be at about 8.5 inches. So that is going to stick up a decent amount, but keep in mind when you are loading this up, that's probably going to drop down just by an inch or two, depending on what you're hauling. Now, if you have this in a higher position and the ball isn't the lowest point is going to be the housing, and that's going to be at 11.5 inches, which is still pretty good, but the same things are going to apply to that too. As far as how far this is going to stick out, I'm going to go from our back bumper to the center of the ball, and that's going to be at about 6.5 inches. And that's important to know because we want to know where our trailer is going to be in relation to our vehicle. This is going to be constructed from steel, and the housing itself is going to have an E-coat with a black powder coat finish to the top of it. And what all that means is this is going to be very weather resistant, so since this is sitting out in the elements, it's going to be less likely to rust. As for the ball mount itself, it's going to have this black nickel plating to it, and what that's mainly going to do is if this ever gets scratched up a lot, it's going to be less noticeable because of that coat we have. Now you're going to have 2 pins and clips that attach to our housing to secure your ball mount, and we're going to have a pin and clip that go through our hitch receiver. Now I will say, if you look over here, we do get a decent amount of wiggle in there, and if that's definitely a concern for you, then what I'd recommend doing is investing in an anti-rattle bolt that goes through. If you don't have one, you can find one on our website. But overall, I think this is a great economic option if you're looking at hauling a variety of different trailers that have different rises and drops to them. Now, if you are looking for something that's going to have a cleaner finish to it overall, and isn't going to stick it out as far, then what I'd recommend is the B&W Tow and Stow ball mount. Because the way that's going to work is it's not going to stick out as far as this, and it's going to have the ability to rotate the balls themselves behind the housing, so it won't really stick out very far, and it's going to give you more of a clean look. But if that's really not a concern for you, you don't mind this sticking out that much, and you're just trying to haul trailers behind you, then I think this is going to do the job. But that was just a look at the eTrailer adjustable 2 ball mount on the back of our 2023 Jeep Gladiator. Thanks for watching.